6, Sactown Sports.
Well, yeah, we just shared with you some less than great news here. Injury news on the 49ers. Javon Hargrave partially tore his triceps, will be out for the season. Kyle Shanahan said triceps is like over here, kind of between the elbow and your shoulder. And for football players, when that's torn, it's like, forget about it. The arm is useless. Also, today, this afternoon, Kyle Shanahan announcing that Christian McCaffrey traveled to Germany over the weekend to visit with a specialist. He's expected to spend a few days there this week to get help for his ailing Achilles, which I would guess is that platelet-rich plasma
PRP.
therapy. Yeah. Get that because one reason the Achilles doesn't heal necessarily is because there's not that much blood there. So that's one of the things they try to do. I think Shohei has had that.
Did he really? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. PRP. Right. So, yeah. So that's on, visiting a specialist. Hopefully he'll be feeling better soon. On the other hand, man, if he has to go to Germany,
yeah, that's
not really doing well.
Yeah, that's not, I would imagine that's almost last ditch effort. Like, all right, let's try this, see if it works.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, where do you go from here?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're going to Germany to see a specialist. This is a rough day of Niners news, man.
Brock Purdy has, what'd you say? Brock Purdy also
back soreness day to day, according to Kyle Shanahan today. So I don't even know where to begin with this, man. This is just,
Pete Youngman when you need him.
Right. And Jay, you tweeted out something the other day about the medical staff or something. Remember you sent that out?
Yeah.
What did you say there?
Just kind of mimicking what I've said on this show, Drapes, is the nutritionists, the trainers, the doctors, they all need to be evaluated. It's almost kind of one of those things where and you guys know this, you've been around different team sports, covered this for a long time. And that's why we say the legendary Pete Youngman. The legendary trainer for the Los Angeles Lakers escapes me, but
Gary Vitti?
There you go.
Yeah.
GV. And so a lot of people talk about how great he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's something going on up there. And the routine, I tweeted out, and the routine, Shanahan's routine, the team's routine, it's got to change. They have too many injuries.
Yeah, they're piling up now. And I'll real quick, I remember back, when I was working in Boston, covering the Celtics, doing stuff with them. And this is when our boy Isaiah Thomas, IT, the pizza guy, was there, and he had his hip situation. And we know what happened there. But after the season, they cleaned house, medical staff.
Wow. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they cleared house and, brought in a whole new crew and everything. And, I think they've done a good job. But even here in Sacramento with the Kings, a couple of years ago, we made some big changes in the medical staff department. That's a real thing, Jay. That's like, it's people, not all doctors are equal.
Yes.
Not all nutritionists, medical specialists, whatever, are equal.
Remember, that was one of the problems for the Pelicans a few years ago. Mm-hmm. They basically, their medical staff was like the Saints medical staff. And wait, that's two different sports. What are we doing here?
I remember that. And you guys remember, I'm sure, Whitey, the Phoenix Suns back in the day historically had a great
Shaq
medical
and Steve Nash. They brought them back from the dead,
right.
practically. How'd they do that?
Exactly. Oh no, but they extended their careers a little longer. And so, to Jay's point, this is piling up big, and it seems to be year after year. Outside of last year was probably their most healthy year in a while, but this year and these are star players. Like Hargrave hasn't done anything in it, but losing him, that's a massive hole, I feel like, in that 49ers front four.
So more bad news on the injury front for the 49ers today after that really difficult loss. Here's where the 49ers missed their stars yesterday, and they should have won anyway. According to Next Gen Stats, 16.7% of the 49ers passing yards came after the catch yesterday. That's the lowest percentage of team passing yards coming after the catch the 49ers have had in a game since Kyle Shanahan took over. It's the only time that's been under 20%.
Right.
So, that's one of the things McCaffrey and especially Debo do so well, and Kittle as well. They're great with the yak.
Yeah, yards after the catch.
Offense is built on yak, and they didn't have their yak guys yesterday, and they paid for it, but still should have won the stinking game.
Should have won, had a chance, and then you throw in those star players you just mentioned. maybe those drives go longer. Maybe that 55-yard field goal that Moody missed is a 43-yarder or something like that. And it all plays a part of it. But they still had enough. I mean, nobody predicted Jawan Jennings to turn into Randy Moss overnight, but he did. So they still had enough to get it done. It's the defense, the special teams, the coaching. That's where they fell apart. I mean, the Rams were, dog, they didn't even have their top 2 receivers. We were talking about it. They didn't have 2 offensive linemen, and yet they still were able to move the ball, especially after the first quarter. And let me ask you this too, fellas. When's the defense going to win one for the offense? Like, do the Niners now got to score 31 a game to get a W?
Yep.
When's the defense going to hold somebody to 14, 16 points, something like that? Can we see that? I mean, you're giving up big plays after big plays, special teams giving up big plays. To Jay's point, he said, when are you going to hunker down and say, we got you this game? Brock shouldn't always have to be on point and be perfect for this team to get a win.
By the way, are you still a Gonzaga fan?
Yeah.
Even though they're Pac-12 now.
Shut up.
Gonzaga leaving the West Coast Conference to join the Pac-12.
This is fantastic.
Thank you, Jay, for
This
that
is
update.
amazing. This is a huge. Shut up.
No football team.
No football team, yeah. But basketball? Man. But the problem is it's not the same Pac-12. I'm getting all excited. Oh, yeah, maybe they'll be at Cal. Maybe they'll be at Stanford.
What it is.
Cal and Stanford's coming back, fellas.
You think so?
I think so.
I
I think
agree.
they're coming back.
It's going to be a few years, though, but
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I think they're going to fight to get back.
Sac State, Sac-12. It's a very ambitious plan. I don't know that they're
I
going to
think Mountain West might be more logical for them. I mean, not trying to pour cold water or anything like that. But I will say, I saw the report. Pete Thamel said Utah State has an invite to the Pac-12. And I'm like, Utah State? Really? Utah State? Why can't Sac State? Right. Yeah. So anything's possible, right?
Yeah. So that's more breaking news today. Report that Gonzaga headed to the Pac-12.
Fresno State, San Diego State, Boise State,
All the states.
Gonzaga,
Damn.
Oregon State, Washington State.
Who was the other? Was it Colorado State? Were they the other one?
I think
no,
so.
they're big.
No?
We're missing one, right?
They're big
It
sky,
was
right?
4 last
San
week.
Diego State, Fresno State, Boise State,
And it was
and
one other team.
it might be Colorado State. Maybe you look that
Yeah.
up. Then you got the Oregon State and Washington State. Plus
Damn.
Gonzaga. That's not looking. It's not looking the worst now,
Not
fellas.
too
It's
bad,
not looking
right?
the worst.
Did you see UNLV said they're staying though?
Yes.
Where that hurts. If they would have got
Yeah.
UNLV, that would have been a nice little.
And the Tulane and Memphis, which
Memphis,
keep them.
yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, I
you
don't
know,
need them.
the Pac-12 doesn't need them. Yeah, you
Yeah.
keep them. Tulane ain't doing nothing for Whitey Gleason on a Saturday.
The Green Wave. Oh, we got a lot of breaking news today. We'll tell you how the 49ers were exposed again and look at today's breaking 49er injury news when we come back to Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive.